Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, that's way too loud. I'm sorry, guys. Shit. Let me turn me. I'm probably never gonna get that loud again on this episode, but just in case, I'll adjust the volume, adjust the levels. I'm gonna eat this banana if you guys don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay, cool. I'm really hungry. Had a big day today.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff. My father is in town. He's visiting all the way from California. Gary
Vanderchuck. Wait, what's that guy's name? Gary Vander. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
He's like this, he's the guy who took out all those YouTube ads a few years ago. He's like, oh wait, no, wait, that's a different guy. Hold on, wait, is it? No, it is. No, okay, never mind. That was him. Yeah, he's the guy who's like, just chilling in the Hollywood Hills in my garage, and it's like in the background he's got like two Lambos. He's like, you see these two Lambos? That's not the important thing. And he shows like his like bookshelf. He's like, you got to read books, and he's basically like a con man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty funny though. He's like a motivational speaker.
Yeah, that's not my dad. My dad is a different Gary.
Yeah. Much cooler Gary.
Yeah. We went to my midwife appointment. He came along. He tagged along to come here. Little baby River's heartbeat. I took my gestational diabetes test.
Mm-hmm.
I got my blood drawn. That's always a good time.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you, while I was at my midwife, I was complaining to her that I still get leg cramps. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I get these really horrible cramps in my calves at night whenever I'm pregnant, or this happened with my pregnancy with Luna, and now it's happening again. And usually what I do and what helps is to take a shit ton of magnesium. I take this stuff called CalMag. It's calcium and magnesium. And, that usually works, but then every once in a while I still get one of these horrible, really, really painful leg cramps. It's really crazy. The pain is really up there on in regards to anything that I've experienced before. And so I asked my midwife, what can I do about this, other than just take more magnesium? And she said to take to get some electrolyte powder, liquid IV. And I was doing some research, and I was on liquid IV, and I was looking at the ingredients, and the very first ingredient is sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's other just additives, and then there's natural flavors. And it's okay, well, maybe let's try another brand. And then I went to this other brand called LMNT or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that has natural flavors.
I mean, if Jen's recommending it, I feel like it's probably okay. Just ask her what brand she would recommend.
She said liquid IV.
So just get that one.
But it has sugar.
Lots of
as
things
the
have
very first ingredient.
But sugar, it's probably a component of that. Maybe the sugar helps your legs not cramp up or something. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just trust Jen. I don't know.
I trust her too.
If you can't trust your midwife, who can you trust?
I trust her. I just feel there could be kind of more healthier options or something out there.
Listen, if you got to eat a pink frosted sprinkled donut to not get these leg cramps anymore, I feel like you should just do it.
Wow, that's saying a lot coming from Forrest.
These leg cramps are killer.
Yeah,
they hurt really bad.
Yeah, and then my legs are sore the next day. I'll get this extreme cramp.
A little evil, a little misdeed to serve a larger goal. I think it's justified.
Okay, thanks, babe.
Yeah.
But
don't keep taking them after you're done with the pregnancy.
Yeah.
That'd be silly. But I mean, you've only got a couple months left.
Yeah, you're so right. So it's coming up really fast.
Like, and I don't want your legs to be sore like all day, and I don't want you to be like in extreme pain.
It's just like it's normally fine, and usually literally just kind of like flexing my foot upward, like pointing my toes up.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I can feel that it's about to happen, if I just like quickly do that, it will usually go away. I don't know. But your body just does crazy things when you're pregnant. I think like the baby is just sucking up all my nutrients right now.
Yeah.
Like all my calcium and all my magnesium.
Right.
It
needs a lot.
Yeah.
It's really sucking it up these days.
Mhm.
Yeah. What else is new with you, babe?
Just pregnant.
Come on.
Waiting for the baby to come out.
I know, but what's going on with you?
That's literally about it.
Come on, no, we're doing a deep dive on you today.
Hanging out with my dad the last week.
Yeah, that's been cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gary's fun. Elena loves Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a lot of fun when he's here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of cool stuff too.
Yeah, we went to the zoo today.
We pet
the stingrays.
We pet the stingrays.
Forrest had an absolute blast.
Oh yeah.
He was like living his best life petting these stingrays.
Well, I wasn't sure if they were going to be into it. I was like, are they just going to like try to avoid my pets? Like, I don't want to like be too intrusive on them, But they were like into it. They liked the pets. They liked the attention.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny. They would like swim up to you and like want pets.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And he fed the stingrays some fish.
Yeah, they're probably just looking for food. But yeah, luckily we were able to purchase some like little sardines, or I don't know exactly what they were. They're like little smaller fish.
Yeah.
And they would suck them right out of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to feed like a little one because I felt like the little one probably needed it the most. And like this big one came by and he like sucked it up first. Like he was faster and bigger.
It was crazy because like they're really like slippery and smooth. And I was like, I don't know why. I guess I was expecting them to feel like sandpapery, like rough, like a shark.
Right.
Because I felt a shark before at some like aquarium one time or something.
Gary was so funny. He was like, he wasn't into the stingrays. He's like, they're in the shark family. I'm like, I don't think they're in the shark family, Gary.
They kind of look like just like squished, like flat sharks a little bit. Like
yeah, like if a shark was put into like a like rolled over with a steamroller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like yeah, flattened. Yeah, they're awesome. They have cute little faces.
Yeah, they
they're
were
like
cute.
Aliens. Yeah, they're
there
awesome.
was one really big, like massive one, and
Yeah, he
it
was, like,
came up to me while I was like
pool.
petting them, and Forrest was like, "Oh my god, pet it, babe!" And I don't know, I got like nervous. It was so big and like
it was like as big as Alyssa. Like I feel like it could like drag you into the pool. If it
yeah, like I don't know, like
consume you.
he just seemed really old too. Like
He was
like,
ancient.
Yeah, he seemed ancient. He seemed like he was older than me. Like I felt like I didn't want to like disrespect him or something.
He was like by far the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
He was like the king of the pool.
Yeah.
He was big. I didn't know stingrays got that big.
Uh-huh.
He was pretty sweet. Yeah, and he graced us with his presence. Like he came by for a pet.
Yeah. I was like kind of nervous to touch them at all. And he came by kind of like right when I was like putting my hand in the water.
Like, yeah, that was awesome. That was the best part. And then we also got to see the butterflies.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the butterflies. That was cool.
There's like a butterfly house they have there.
Mm-hmm.
They fly around and they're sweet looking. I've got this app now. I've got two different apps. I can identify insects and I can identify plant species.
Yeah, that's really useful.
So I've been using those apps a lot.
Because we go outside a lot. And sometimes I think you got the plant one because we were like, is this poison ivy? Like we were kind of nervous about the plants in this area that we were hanging out.
I keep finding a lot of spiders in my basement too, and I'm like, I want to make sure they're not poisonous. Yeah,
so far we haven't found a poisonous spider.
Yeah, they've all been chill. But yeah, we saw a sweet tarantula at the zoo today too. He was like an orange-kneed tarantula.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really fuzzy. He's kind of cute. Would you have dated me if I owned a tarantula? Like if like when you first met me, like I was like a tarantula guy?
That would have definitely been a red flag.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought that was like kind of cool and like unique and special and like, kind of... kind of like rebellious of me.
No, I wouldn't have been into that. I
What-
would probably
what?
still have dated you,
Yeah, you would have. Yeah.
but I wouldn't be super like stoked about that or anything.
So you were more stoked on the Legos?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, everyone loves Legos.
Legos aren't gonna like
Anyone who says they don't like
crawl
Legos
out of
is
their
lying.
crawl out of its cage in the night and crawl across your face or anything.
Right. Do you want to do some Am I the Assholes?
Sure.
Somebody was bitching last episode. They're like, yeah, I love the show, it's great or whatever, something, but I missed the Am I the Assholes?
Oh,
So,
damn.
This
Yeah.
is for you. Am I the asshole for canceling Mother's Day celebration that I arranged for my wife after hearing what she told my son? Okay, here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I am a male, 37, have a 13-year-old son. I was a widower when I met my now wife. She has a 16-year-old daughter from another relationship. The family is often on pretty good terms. My son is the quiet one in the house. He keeps to himself a lot, but not to the point of being concerning. My wife and stepdaughter are the complete opposite. They both encourage him to be outgoing and share activities and join gatherings with extended family. My son complained about having to be forced out of his comfort zone and having his need for space invalidated. I spoke to both my wife and stepdaughter and asked them to give him space and freedom to spend his time however he wanted. They apologized and promised to let him be. As Mother's Day was approaching, I wanted to throw my wife a surprise Mother's Day celebration. It was no longer a surprise because my stepdaughter gave her the heads up so she could prepare. Yesterday, I got off work earlier than usual to get final arrangements done. We planned to celebrate at the restaurant and invited her family there. I had the key, and while I was entering the house through the front door, I overheard my wife and stepdaughter talking to my son. My wife was asking my son if he could convince me to let him stay home and not go with them to the restaurant to celebrate. I paused and decided to keep listening. My son said why, and she told him that his introverted and socially inept attitude will make her family uncomfortable and will ruin the mood. He promised her that he'd be well behaved and would try to interact and socialize with everyone, but she said that she wasn't buying it. He kept reassuring her, but she snapped and told him that technically she's not his mom, so she didn't get why he wanted to celebrate Mother's Day with her so badly. My stepdaughter threw some, I don't remember, backhanded comment, and both of them were shocked to see me standing there. Both were staring without saying anything. I told my son and his stepsister to go to their rooms, then I told my wife that the celebration was off, canceled. She tried to argue, asking why, repeatedly, and I told her why. She tried to explain that she didn't mean it like that and that I only heard part of the conversation but not all of it. I told her I was done arguing and the decision was final. She yelled asking what she was going to tell her family and said that I was making tremendous mistake towards her. Okay. I ignored her while she kept throwing tantrum after tantrum. Early this morning, she took my stepdaughter and went away to stay with her folks. Oh, God. Not a single call or text from her so far. Situation is full of tension. I'm upset, still, but more hurt, to be honest. I mean, yes, I did say I was going to have the celebration, but I thought that what she said to my son was too harsh to ignore. What do you think about that, babe?
Yeah, that sucks. I think he did the right thing.
Yeah, it sounds like crazy.
I don't think he's the asshole. It's just like a really difficult situation, like in the first place, to have like a child, and your child needs to come first, but then like to be married to somebody who's like not the child's like mother or like their other like biological parent,
Right.
because you want your spouse to come first too, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, like she put him in like a really horrible like situation, kind of like making them like at odds, or like kind of expecting him to choose between like, I mean, I know she didn't say it to him, but like basically like just like not just like including his son and just act like, you know what I mean? Like she
Yeah, I
put
got
him
like
in a
evil
really,
stepmother vibes.
yeah,
That was crazy.
yeah, that was really crazy.
How they were both like shocked to see him.
Yeah.
Like they just got caught.
Uh-huh.
Like that's sketchy.
Yeah, it's like she's the adult like in the situation. Like she should be like way more mature and not expect her husband to choose between like her and like his literal son, like his child. Like that's like insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if if any of our kids are gonna be like really like socially like quiet and like self-conscious.
I mean, I don't think that's like the biggest problem to like overcome. Like I
hope not.
That's just kind of like how some people are.
Yeah.
And especially teenagers. Like teenagers go through a lot. Like
I was thinking about the other day, yeah, like they just go through so much. Like
yeah.
That's when they really start to become like aware of like, being perceived and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's a lot of emotions that come with that.
It's also really sad that like, he lost his mom. His mom's like dead. And then she's like, "Oh, like I don't know why you would want to celebrate Mother's Day or whatever. Like I'm not even your mom." It's just like, what the fuck?
This is why I don't like Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all bait. It's like this like self-serving nonsense.
Yeah.
It's like, isn't your birthday enough? Do we have to make another day about you?
Yeah.
It's like, I like Christmas because it's about everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about like a particular person. I don't like holidays that like spotlight an individual.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like this like fake idea of what the day should be built up in the person's mind. And if it's not satisfied to their satisfaction, they're all like, they have like this now they have this reason to be upset. It really like serves like narcissistic people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's like narcissistic people are like the most into Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we gotta have a whole party, a whole celebration, like with my entire extended family, because it's like I gave birth, like literally everyone on earth, like every woman. I mean, not every woman, but most women have some
like every person
give birth at some point in their life.
has a mom.
Yeah, every person has a mom. It's like it's such like a generic like accomplishment, like in terms of like just like you don't even have to be a good mom to like celebrate it. You can be like the world's shit mom, but like just because you had a baby, like now you're supposed to be like celebrated. It's like no.
I like.
Let's just celebrate everybody like for who they are every day.
Yeah, we had a good like Forrest went out of his way to like do stuff with me on Mother's Day and make me feel special on Mother's Day.
Well, that's because you're like a good mom.
But
this chick though, she sounds like she's a real freaking
we went to
snake in the grass.
We went to like my favorite restaurant, and then we went on like a hike on our favorite like trail.
I just love her a lot. And she deserves it. But the thing is, like, I don't want you to celebrate Father's Day at all. Like, Mother's Day is like, okay, sure, like, giving birth's a pretty big deal. And like, it's very common and like, not that special, but I'll celebrate it because it's hard, like to give birth.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was like, like
Sure.
you're really like in it, like mothering like 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like
I just don't like that it gives these narcissistic people an excuse to be like a huge bitch.
Yeah, I feel like Mother's Day is like, yeah, I know what you mean. And I also see just a lot of like toxic mom culture, toxic mommy culture like on TikTok around rampant. Mother's Day. And it's always like, oh, I just want like a break on Mother's Day. Like I want my husband to just like buy me a hotel room for the night, and I just want to be alone, and I want him to watch the kids
sketchy
like all weekend or
be
whatever.
alone with some fucking Chippendales fucking stripper.
Yeah, right.
What?
I feel like that's toxic and weird.
That's bait is what that is.
Yeah.
She's trying to pull some kind of scam.
Or yeah, just kind of using Mother's Day as like a reason to kind of like just further complain about like being a mom.
Yeah, it's like people who make a really big deal out of their birthday and they're like 37. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, dude, you're literally like an adult.
Yeah.
Like your birthday. Like it's my birthday today. Like
Shut
yeah,
up.
congrats for being born, idiot.
Congrats.
Like I haven't told someone happy birthday in years.
Yeah.
I literally don't care.
Yeah, no, it's so true that like toxic kind of narcissistic people like use these days and like their birthdays and stuff as kind of like, you know, bait or like as a reason to be like toxic.
And it's like, on Facebook, you know, I never go on Facebook, but whenever I do and go to my like homepage, you know, for whatever reason, if I'm, you know, have to sign into some account or something, like the only posts on my personal page are like my mom sharing things with me that I don't even look at, and then like people telling me happy birthday from each year, because Facebook sends you like notifications. Like if you're an avid Facebook browser, or it's like something you do like every day or every week or whatever, like you get these little pop-ups that say like, you know, it's so and so's birthday, and these are people who like I hardly ever speak to or I haven't talked to in years. But, you know, they just feel like obligated to send me like a little like happy birthday, you know, thing or whatever. And it's like, please just don't. Like, I'm not going to do that for you. Let's just all stop this like idea that we need to like worry about each other's birthday and like remember each other's birthday and like celebrate each other on their birthday. Like, it's just dumb.
Yeah, I like how you say like we should just kind of like celebrate each other every day and just kind of be like, you know.
Christmas is tight because it's
everyone.
It's just like magical. It's all about, you know, wintertime, and Santa is awesome and his reindeer, and the Christmas music's amazing. And then Halloween is also a really cool holiday because you get to spook everybody.
Ooh, yeah, you get to dress up.
You get to dress up. Yeah, it's
costumes.
Tight. Those are some cool holidays. There's definitely some cool holidays, but yeah, I don't like the more like personalized ones. I don't want to do anything for Father's Day, and I don't want to do anything for my birthday, really.
I have like at least one plan for you on your birthday.
Oh man. Oh yeah, you told me you wanted to take me out to dinner.
Yeah, I want to take Forrest to Red Lobster because
my favorite place.
It's his favorite restaurant, and we never go because I don't like seafood really. But yeah, I want to go there, especially just for like his birthday.
I hope Luna likes seafood. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you and Luna can like bond over seafood.
Yeah. We took your dad to Texas Roadhouse tonight, and that was nice. He enjoyed that place. I could tell.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to take my dad there because I knew he would like it, and there aren't any Texas Roadhouses in California, I don't think.
Nope, no sir.
I've never seen one. If there is,
it was his kind of joint.
I've never seen it.
It was his like his speed, his style, his vibe. Yeah. So he enjoyed himself, and yeah, we've become those people who are like, you know, try to talk to all our friends and family about being healthy. Like we're some sort of experts or something.
Well, it just comes up a lot because, you know, like it comes up a lot with my dad because my dad always is trying to like offer us like unhealthy things.
Oh yeah, I know your dad's so funny.
My dad, the thing about my dad is that he is like really healthy. Like he looks great.
He takes really good care of himself. He like exercises like every night.
Yeah, he's 62, or he's about to be 62.
He could kick Gary Vaynerchuk's ass, dude.
And he's really like in shape, and he's extremely mobile, and he is really like with it.
His favorite movies are Chuck Norris films.
Yeah.
And like he models his like appearance and like life after Chuck Norris pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's like his Batman.
So it's like it's kind of, I feel kind of silly, like, you know, chastising my dad about like health, because like my whole life like he was always like chastising me.
Well, we're not chastising him. It's just like he'll like offer you like a big fat bread roll, and we're like, no, Gary, we don't eat that anymore. You know.
Everyone is just kind of like concerned about me because like they have this like, because like Forrest is like, you know, all into health, and then sometimes I'll ask.
I'm a stickler for the rules.
Yeah, and I'll ask him like, okay, the thing is like I can eat whatever I want. But it's like, do I want Forrest to be mad at me?
Right. I'm harder on myself than I am with her.
Yeah, he lets me slide, like, you know.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, more often than he does.
I'm very strict these days with when it comes to, like, what's going into my body.
Well, and, you know, when I agree with you, like, a lot about it, too. That's kind of why I, like, follow it and, like, respect it and, like... It's usually just when I'm like hungry, I'm like, oh, like I just really want like something bad. But after I eat, like I'm like, oh no, yeah, this is good. Like I'm proud of myself for not eating like the junk food or
It's not that hard to eat well. You just have to avoid eating poorly. And
Yeah.
then whatever's left is what's left, like healthy stuff.
Yeah, I saw like a tweet or something, and it was like, why do you eat food that you know is bad for you? Like,
Right.
what's the disconnect?
Yeah.
Like, you know that
Because you
they're
make
bad.
excuses in your head. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just this one time, or I've worked really hard today, so I deserve this, or you can always justify some sort of action with a million excuses, but
Yeah.
deep down it's wrong.
Yeah, that was what my dad was saying. My dad was like, oh, like, like, we're out, like, it's like a special occasion or whatever.
Right.
But it's kind of just like, I just went to like, it's like, yeah, well, I was just out like last weekend for Mother's Day, and I ate like a pizza. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, is everything...
There's always a special occasion.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about with this Mother's Day shit. It's just another one of those days. And then, Father's Day is the next month. And I'm sure there's like 5 other fake holidays, like, crammed in between those holidays.
Even just like
it's just an excuse that, card companies made up to like spend money. I've gotten so many emails about Father's Day already. It's like Mother's Day just ended, and now I'm getting spam emails from Etsy. Like, the perfect Father's Day gift is just right around the corner. It's just bait. Like, it's just it's a scam.
Yeah.
But and then you feel obligated to like call your mom, obviously, because you're not a monster.
Yeah.
So you gotta call your mom on Mother's Day. But like, I'm not like, I mean, it's just I hate like they got me by the fucking balls.
I mean, you don't like have to do anything.
I do though, because like if I don't call my mom and if I don't like at least take her to dinner on Mother's Day.
Yeah, we
I'm a
also
fucking
went to
horrible
dinner with Forrest's mom and dad and his grandma and grandpa
Yeah.
for Mother's Day, like the day after Mother's Day or something.
Right. We also went to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
We've been going there.
We went there twice in the last
yeah.
like week.
Yeah.
We got the same waitress both times. She like recognized us.
Yeah. We're basically regulars there now. Yeah. Luna got chicken, like grilled chicken.
Yeah, I actually appreciate Texas Roadhouse's menu for kind of how good it is for us, like for our like healthy lifestyle, because usually when you go to a restaurant and there's like a kids menu, it's all like mac and cheese or grilled cheese, like just
like
kind of
bunch of junk, like white bread,
fried chicken strips or whatever.
Yeah,
but
anything fried is a no-go.
At Texas Roadhouse they have grilled chicken strips.
Yeah,
So that's what we
break that
got
into little pieces
for Luna.
And we also bring our strawberries with us wherever we go, like the freeze-dried strawberries.
Yeah, she
we
needs
get from Target.
those.
Those are expensive though. I was trying to find like a cheaper alternative.
Like those are like the cheapest ones.
Those are like the cheapest ones we could find. It's like $7 a bag, like $7 and like 29 cents a bag. Is it 2 ounces?
Yeah.
And you open the bag and it's like mostly air.
It usually lasts us like a day for like whatever we're doing. Like if we, we have to take them with us to restaurants, so she'll like, be quiet and like sit down while we wait for our food.
Yeah.
And then I have them in the car with me, like to give them to her while we're driving because she hates her car seat.
She's a pretty great kid. Like when I first had a kid, I thought it was gonna be like a nightmare to take her anywhere. But
no,
like,
she's pretty good.
Maybe that'll come later. I don't know. But like, there's always something we can do to kind of like, make her happy.
Yeah.
Like we can either like bring a toy or we can bring, like strawberries. Because like usually when she's upset, she's just like expressing like a desire, like she wants something. Mm-hmm. So if you can kind of pinpoint what that is, like it's typically pretty easy to calm her down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually it's like, maybe she, went pee-pee or poo-poo and she's uncomfortable in her diaper and needs to be changed.
Yeah.
Or maybe, she just wants some like attention, like she wants some like wants someone to play with her. Mm-hmm. Or feed her. Yeah. So yeah, if you can pinpoint what she's up to, she just can't talk to us right now.
She's like really happy when like anyone comes over, like my dad or Forrest's mom and dad, because they just like give her like a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Like it's all just about Luna for like however long they're here. And it's great. Since my dad's in here, it's been really helpful because I can like do a lot of stuff and like chores around the house for like a really long time, and he can just like entertain Luna like in the living room or whatever.
Right.
What do you think? Is this guy the asshole, babe?
For what?
Like the guy that you read, or like
the
asshole?
I mean,
what do you think? What's your take?
I don't know. It's like a one-sided situation, like I didn't hear the story from the other chick, I don't know what they look like. That factors into my decision.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a vibe off someone, just from like text from a one-sided story. But
what do you think from?
I think from the information I have, if I had to pass judgment on it, I would say that he did the right thing. It sounds like a pretty like evil stepmother kind of move, and like that kind of. If you're married to this woman, like you got to like nip that kind of situation in the bud.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I think he did the right thing. Yeah, he stood up for his son. Seems right. Seems like a good thing. Yeah, I didn't like how they were like the mom and the daughter were like teaming up. Seems like cowardly or something, or like that's her little like sidekick to like come in and like harass this poor kid. He's probably got like autism or something.
The thing is like not every kid who's shy has autism.
He might have something going on. You never know.
I feel like I was really shy, especially around like family when I was like a teenager. Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah, I was pretty shy too. Yeah.
I was like less shy around my friends. I would kind of like open up and be like more myself or whatever.
Yeah.
But around like family, I was always kind of like just quiet, just like wanted to like be on my phone. I like hated when like people kind of like my extended family or like would kind of like try to like poke at me or whatever and like try to like get conversation out of me, but they would like kind of mock me at the same time for like being quiet.
Yeah.
Or whatever, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my family never really did that.
I would just kind of, it would make me like shut down like even more. I'd be like, ugh.
Oh, you're so quiet over here. What would they say?
Yeah. One time, like, some family member, I was like in the living room or something, and they were like, they came over. And then I guess because usually I would stay in my bedroom or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, like your dad let you out of your cage or something like that. And I was just like, what?
What?
And then they were like, oh, like you're out here, like you're like you're like, you know, like mingling with everybody, like he didn't lock you in your cage this morning or something.
Isn't Jerry known for locking people in cages?
Like, no, I got
That's weird.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
I never really understood like extended family either. I think I'm just like a psychopath. Like the older I get, the more I realize like I'm just not normal. Like
no, yeah, I totally know what you mean. Like you like family is just kind of a weird thing because it's like you kind of have to hang out with them, but it's like you wouldn't really be friends or hang out if you weren't like just related to them.
I just always felt like so disconnected from my like extended family.
Yeah.
Because like they're basically strangers that I just see like 3 times a year, like all together as a group. Like I never hang out with any of them like individually. I only see them like all together. And like, you know, they're nice people. Like they're not like bad people or anything, but it's like why should I care? Like I just don't like have like an inclination to like hang out with my cousins or like like my extended family. And maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I should be more like family oriented.
Yeah, I'm kind of like jealous of people who are really close with their families and stuff.
Yeah, we're just not like religious enough or, you know, at all.
Yeah.
Like as a family, like there's no like cohesion because like we don't have like common goals or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Like we're watching this show called Under the Banner of Heaven right now. It's a great show. You guys should check it out. But like there's like this creepy like Mormon family and they're like, you know, this one guy is like the leader of the family. Like that's the problem. We don't have like a leader of the family. Like who the hell like leads the Bradys or like
that's weird. I don't like the idea of like
it is weird.
Like if
we had a leader,
like each family like you know has their own leader.
But then all those leaders like fall under like the domain of like the main leader.
That's weird. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. Like
I don't mean either. Yeah.
I wouldn't be chill with that. Like if like it was like, oh, we have to listen to what my like if you were like, oh, we have to listen to like what my dad says or whatever. Like I'd be like, what? That's
like a very like Mormon type situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I feel bad for Mormons. Like, you know, Chris Stuckman was a Mormon. And like he got like excommunicated from his family. It's like really sad. Like yeah, like they're just like so like into their stupid religion that they like, you know, put that takes priority over like their own family. Like their own son or whatever.
Yeah, that's like literally
Like
crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's like unnatural. Like,
yeah, it's just like born out of fear, you know, fear of like going to hell or being judged by your peers. Like they're very like interconnected. Like that's the problem with being like so dependent and like interconnected like with your family, because like then you're like really worried about like what everybody thinks about you.
yeah, I love that. Like, I really don't care what anyone thinks about.
Makes it hard to be like an individual.
Yeah.
And to like do unique things and speak your mind if you're always worried about like reprisal. It makes you boring as fuck.
Yeah, I can see both sides, because yeah, it is cool to, I can see why it would be cool to be like really connected with your family. But yeah, you shouldn't be so connected and so worried about what they think, that I just feel like that's kind of like toxic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you should be connected, and if they still accept you after you do something that they don't like, then that's kind of a sign that like it's real. Like you have like a real like genuine like love and connection. And not just like some weird like toxic like attachment.
Yeah.
Or like narcissistic like, you know, vibes or whatever.
Right. Should we do another one?
Yeah.
Should we do another Am I the Asshole?
Mm-hmm.
Am I the asshole? This kind of goes in line with my our like health talk. Am I the asshole for serving my husband's family mac and cheese for dinner? Wait, do you want to read this one?
Sure, I'll yeah,
Okay.
It sounds like it's a woman. It starts off, my husband, Asian, and I, American,
Okay.
welcomed our firstborn 4 weeks ago. The baby is healthy, but I'm exhausted, haven't fixed my hair, barely able to shower, and cannot sleep. My husband's family has been pressuring us to visit to meet the baby. I tried to hold them off as much as I could, but yesterday I was surprised to find them standing on the porch. Turns out hubby invited them for dinner. I was embarrassed and felt like I wasn't ready for visitors. 'Cause judgmental ones at that, she put in parentheses. 'Cause the house was a mess, capital MESS, y'all.
This is like terrible.
Yeah,
First off, this is an awful situation.
Yeah, first of all, this is my worst nightmare.
This is like Alyssa's like worst fear.
Anyways,
like her husband literally betrayed her.
Yeah, he like didn't even ask her.
I'm already on her side. Like,
yeah,
this
too.
Is fucking crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, my husband sat with them while I fed my son. Then later I asked my husband if we should order takeout for dinner. He said no, because his parents would find this rude and unwelcoming. He suggested that I go inside the kitchen and prepare something.
What?
Anything as long as it's homemade. I said fine, then went and made some mac and cheese. The reason I prepared this meal is because of how easy it is. Once I served the family, my husband's mom looked at me and was appalled. I noticed something was wrong. She asked if I really found it appropriate to serve her and the family mac and cheese. I asked why not.
Obviously, bitch, I just served it to you.
And she went on a rant about how disrespectful this was and that I clearly have no experience in what is right and wrong when it comes to hosting. I said, excuse me, who said I signed up to host an unexpected visit from them? And she took it as in I didn't want them there. Her husband said they were just there to finally see the baby that I kept from them for an entire month. That's a whole month of his life they missed out on. We had an argument and they decided to go home. My husband said that deciding to serve his family mac and cheese was more offensive than serving them nothing at all. I told him I was too exhausted to cook their traditional feasts, that I was forced to learn from his mom. He took offense and said that I was being mean and disrespectful towards not only his family but his culture.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Fuck these family members, dude.
I went inside the bedroom to stay with my son. My husband stayed on the phone with his family for an hour, then kept giving me the cold shoulder and refused to eat what I cooked in support of his family. I understand how some guests might find it offensive, especially his family, but I was just trying to make a quick homemade meal like my husband wanted. What's wrong with mac and cheese? Okay, so yeah, basically like her husband and his family is an asshole, and this is just exactly what not to do to a literally like a 4-week postpartum mother. It was just like so incredibly rude.
Like, the disrespect
is
so strong here. And this is what narcissistic people do. They fucking flip it around on you. Oh, you disrespected me. It's like, no, bitch. You're the one in my house disrespecting me.
You know what they could have done?
Here unannounced.
If they wanted to come see the baby, this is okay. Ready? This is a guide for everyone out there. You can like to what to do if you want to come meet someone's baby, or even if it's your grandchild, even if it's your new niece or nephew, whatever.
You missed out on a month of its life. Literally, all they do is sleep the first month.
Literally,
you didn't miss shit, bro.
Baby, like, okay, so
you seen a picture of the baby? You seen what's going on?
Literally, just understand that the mother just her body went through a traumatic experience. She needs to heal, and she's trying to bond with her baby.
She needs to heal her like mind too.
Yeah,
like her body and mind need to like be fully functional again before she's ready. Like, it's the mom's prerogative to invite people over. Like, when she's ready, that's when it's time. Mm-hmm. No one else decides.
Yeah.
So selfish.
Yeah. If this happened to me, I would just not let them in my house. Like, I would be like, hey guys, sorry. Like,
she's got like a dud for a husband. She's got mama's boy. I would send
Forrest to go send them home.
But he's like all like my mama.
Yeah.
Like of course I'll let them in. That's my parents.
Oh my god, yeah, this would be a huge problem.
This would be a huge issue.
Yeah, but okay, so my guide, what I was saying, you make 100% sure that the mother is comfortable with you being there. You come in, you wash your hands and take your shoes off, and you don't ask to hold the baby, and don't expect to hold the baby. Just look at the baby, ask the mom how she's feeling, and if you want to go up and above and beyond, you should bring the mother and the rest of the kids food.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Like, she is busy taking care of her newborn. She doesn't have time to be serving you and like cooking you food.
God.
So, if she, offers you to hold the baby, then sure, go ahead. Everyone's gonna feel different. Every like new mother is gonna feel different. Don't expect anything, basically.
Like, have your own baby.
Yeah.
Go figure your own life out. Don't fucking intrude on other people's lives and expect to hold the baby. So awful.
If I was like, if my son in the future has kids, or any of my kids or whatever, but especially my son, because like, you want to be a cool mother-in-law to like your daughter-in-law, you know what I mean? I would make her food and bring it to her. And if she's not ready for guests, you can just drop it off on their porch. Like, you should just be going out of your way to help the new mother and like the postpartum mother and like the rest of her family. Like, if like, you know what I mean? Like, if you really want to, like, if you want to be involved in this child's life, like, to like, and be really, remembered. Because that's the thing, like, you're like postpartum, like, moms, like, mothers will remember like how you treated them when they were like postpartum, because it's like a really emotional time. And yeah, like, if you are rude to them or if you cross their boundaries or anything, like, they'll remember it. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of people just like don't get this.
Yeah.
Like, it stresses me out because like Jen was talking to me today about, etiquette postpartum, and she was like giving me this look, like, I've got to take this really seriously. And I appreciate that because, like, she was kind of, like, hard on me about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's, like, I'm glad she's like that with other guys who, like, don't get it. Because, like, I definitely do get it, and, like, I understand, like, that, you're not, like, going to be fully functional until you're ready, But, like, I guess, like, some people out there have to be, like, a lot of people out there have to be, like, told,
Mm-hmm.
like, she's not going to be doing the laundry.
Yeah.
She's not going to be doing the dishes. Like, you have to take over a lot of the roles in the house.
Or have some, like, plan to get to, like,
Yeah, right.
make it so you guys, like, just make it so the mom doesn't have to do anything for at least, like, 2 weeks to, like, a month.
So annoying, dude. That really gets under my skin. Hopefully she got, like, backed up in the comments of this post she made.
Yeah, like, even though, like, it is the father's baby too, you know what I mean? Like, and it is 50-50. Like, when it comes to the birth and, like, immediately postpartum, like, I would say, like, 6 to 8 weeks or whatever, like, postpartum, it really is, like, whatever the mom wants, or it should be whatever the mom wants, because she's the one who just, like, gave birth. Her hormones are crazy. When you give birth, like, after you give birth, like, especially the first, like while, like, you will just feel incredibly, like, protective of the baby, like, like, and it's, like, this insane, like, crazy protection instinct. And it's kind of like
women are, like, gaslit into, like, believing they, like, are bad moms or bad, like, daughter-in-laws if they don't, like, immediately hand the baby over to all the extended relatives and nephews and nieces and fucking cousins.
Yeah,
like,
oh my
it's
God.
so stupid.
I feel so horrible for my sister, because I feel like I participated in this, like, before I, like, knew anything about this, because I was, like, really young when my, like, nieces and my nephew were born. But it's, like, literally, like, my sister would, like, still be in the hospital, like, literally gave birth, like, 2 hours ago, and then we're, like, passing around her newborn.
Fucking
And, like,
football.
I'm, like, holding him and stuff, and it's, like, what the fuck? Like, now I look back on that, and I'm, like, that was, like, fucked up.
Invasive.
Like, I don't believe in that, like, at all. And, like, I mean, I haven't really talked to her about that. I don't know how she necessarily feels about that now.
Yeah, it really depends on how they feel, because some people might be okay with that.
Yeah.
And they're not, like, gaslit or persuaded into it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women just, like, don't know how to, like, advocate for themselves.
Yeah.
They don't know how to, like, express their feelings, or they feel like people are going to hate them if they, like, tell people how they really feel.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, everyone should be working around the mom and making her feel as comfortable as possible, especially if she's, like, more of a timid person.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like,
Yeah.
ask questions. Like, ask, like, well, how do you feel about this? Like, what do you want? Because a lot of women, like, won't speak up.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not as good at, like, telling people, like, what they want.
I would literally just, like, expect nothing. Expect her to be, like, the more, like, standoffish, like, wanting to wait. And then kind of, like, if she's more receptive and if she wants people around, if she's more social or whatever, like, then do that. But don't, like, kind of, like, I would even say, like, yeah, like, don't even really ask, because then she might just be like, oh, sure, but, like, not really want. Like, what I mean?
I just ask, like, how they feel.
Yeah.
About don't make it a leading question. Is what I'm saying. But, like, yeah, like, I think the real issue is, like, her husband.
Oh, definitely.
Like, obviously everyone's got, like, the asshole, in-laws or whatever. Like, that's not a big deal. It's really, like, how the husband handled it and how he, like, made these plans without even discussing it with her and then expected her to cook the meal. It's like, ooh, it's bad. I mean, and then that goes back to her decision of marrying this guy. It's like, I'm sure there were red flags before this.
Yeah.
But she still married him. And I feel like, yeah, it's just another instance of, like, women need to, like, choose, like, higher quality mates.
Uh-huh.
This guy's a fucking idiot and a douchebag.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys, like, I feel like most listeners of this podcast are, like, men, like, young men.
Yeah,
right?
I think, yeah, demographics
you guys,
mostly younger men.
If you're married, or when you are married and your wife has a baby, like, you need to be kind of like the barrier, like, between her and, like, your family, especially if they're kind of, like, aggressive or more kind of, like,
And your wife always comes first.
Yeah.
Like, your wife is your family now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can't prioritize your mom or your dad, like, over the person you decided to, like, live with and spend your whole life with.
Your wife.
You didn't choose your family.
parents.
Yeah, they chose to have you, and, like, that was their decision. But now it's, like, on you to, like, be the advocate for your wife and, like, what she wants. Just this kind of stuff, it really, like, bothers me. Like, it's upsetting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I don't know how I'm going to feel after I give birth to River this time. I'm thinking I'll probably want at least, like, 2 weeks.
I'm going to take at least 2 weeks off of work. I'm not even going to come down here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to spend all my time, with the new boy, helping you do stuff. I mean, I'll come down here to do laundry. But, yeah.
I'm hoping that we just don't have to do laundry for, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I guess if we have all our clothes clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. It'll be nice because, like, I mean, it'll be hectic, but it'll be really fun and a special time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because, like, we've had a baby before, but we never had a baby
with another
baby.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then something else that's, like, it's in other cultures, like in Europe and stuff. I've heard that it's like it's just like common knowledge, like common sense in some places that you don't, like, go visit or, like, invite yourself over to, like, a postpartum mom and, like, a newborn baby until, like, around 6 weeks. It's, like, considered rude to, like, go over to their house.
I guess not in
for like 6 weeks.
Not in Asian countries, apparently.
Yeah.
Whatever country his family's from.
I think that was, like, in, like, Europe or something.
Yeah.
And I feel like that should just be, like, the norm everywhere. Like, yeah, just give them a minute. Like, they went through, like,
it's a big fucking deal.
They're going through a big deal right now. And it's, like, as much as you want to see the baby, it's, like, it's not about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely. Yeah, this is the anti-narcissist podcast. It's not about you.
No,
Hardly
literally.
anything's ever about you. Just do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to leech on other people's lives.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. True.
You're too needy, bro. Back the fuck up. I don't like needy fucking people who, like, come up to me at a gas station. Hey, man, can I get this from you? It's like, get the fuck away from me.
Who comes up to you at the gas
I don't know. It's
station?
people who asking for money or whatever.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, like get the fuck away, dude.
Yeah, that was, like, a big reason why I wanted to leave LA, because every time we would go out, like, someone would ask us for something.
Yeah.
And it's like
always asking for something.
And I just, like, don't, like, and especially after I gave birth to Luna and she was, like, a baby, I'm just like, don't come up to me and my baby.
Yeah, it's fucking
like,
disgusting.
stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah, I like people who, like, busk, who, like, play a musical instrument.
Yeah.
And they have a sign that says, like, tips or whatever. Like, I'll give them a tip or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, like, yeah, if someone's, like, really chill about it, like, obviously homeless people need help, so it's like, I do, like, most of the time, if a homeless person asks for money, I give them money. But, like, it's just, like, there's a certain, like, aggression that some of them have where you're just like, dude, what, like, fucking chill out.
Yeah.
And, like, you see that same, like, glint in people's eyes who, like, want to come over and see your baby, or, like, yeah, like, or just, like, yeah, want to work with you or do something with you. Like, I just met like, sketchy people in Hollywood, like, producers and stuff, that I'm like, I don't like you. Like, I don't like this vibe you're putting off of, like, trying to get something from me.
Yeah.
Just do your own thing. Like, chill the fuck out. Like,
yeah, there's, like,
it's not cool.
There's this, like, this concept of, like, boundaries, you know what I mean?
Yeah, back the fuck up.
And it's like, like, everyone, ultimately it is, like, everyone's kind of, like, personal responsibility to create boundaries with people.
Yeah.
So like, these types of people don't, like, overstep your boundaries, and if they do, it's kind of like, you just have to, like, make sure that they know that you have this boundary.
Yeah.
And, like, if they keep overstepping it, that's kind of like a sign that that boundary was necessary in the first place. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that kind of just, like, tells you, like, how your relationship with this person kind of is, or, like, what they think about you, like, if they, like, respect you or not,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, like, your responsibility to come up with your own boundaries and just kind of, like, make sure everyone knows about it beforehand and stuff.
Yeah, man, it sucks that she's married to this guy.
I know, she's like married and had a whole kid.
Just had a whole kid. And this is the fucking thanks she gets.
Yeah, it must be tough because it's like, it's kind of hard to have this conversation with somebody like before you get married and have a kid.
Not really. You just fucking talk to him about it.
Because it's kind of like, and a lot of people just have no idea like how they're gonna feel. Like, I didn't really think about any of this like before I was pregnant with Luna.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just thought it was normal. Like, oh yeah, families like come to see babies or whatever. Like, you know, I didn't think much of it. But then once I gave birth, I was like, oh shit, this is like serious freaking business. Like, I don't want anyone at my house right now.
Right.
Like, you know.
Yeah, the mom's in charge. Like, people need to respect that. That's ridiculous, dude. I think that husband, he needs to like, I don't know, like she needs to hire like a hitman or something.
But she has a whole son with him.
Hitman. She needs to hire Agent 47. He's done in my. There's no redemption after that. That's utter betrayal.
I mean, yeah, he did betray her, but I think they can come back from it if he like starts putting up like some serious, like if he starts defending her and standing up to her or standing up for her, and you know.
Sounds like he's a weak little mama's boy.
Yeah, sad.
It's like once a mama's boy, always a mama's boy.
Damn. Really?
Some guys are just like that. Yeah, they're like, oh, I love my mama.
I know.
Like they're just really into their moms for some reason. It's weird. Like, I love my mom too, but like, yeah, she's like, you know, she's just like a person.
Yeah.
You know, like she's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not like obsessed with her. I'm not just gonna do whatever she says.
Yeah.
Because like I'm like eternally grateful that she had me or something.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's like a toxic thing that I feel like some parents like do or whatever, say or like think. It's like, oh well, like I gave birth to you, so I took care of you, so like you owe me. It's like, no,
you don't owe your parents anything. They chose to have you. You didn't choose to be born.
Yeah, I was like talking about this the other day or thinking about this, like parents owe their kids everything.
Yeah.
Because like you brought them into the world, but children owe their parents absolutely nothing.
They gotta pay it forward to their own kids.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the natural kind of progression. That's like, you know, how like that's like the evolution or whatever. Like you, like as like a grandparent, you should like want your child's whole attention to be on their child and like their family. You know, because like that's what's gonna progress like your bloodline. You know what I mean? Like once you're like done having kids, like you're like, you know, that's it for you.
You're done.
Like
send them out to pasture.
Well, not send them out to pasture, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, the natural progression of life, the circle of life.
Yeah, once I'm like old, I'm just gonna fucking party it up. I still got a lot of time, you know, but if I make it to be like old, I'm just gonna start doing like hardcore narcotics.
No, baby, you have to be around to hang out with our grandkids.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. I didn't think about that.
My plan for when I'm done raising my kids is I want to be like a midwife or a doula.
Yeah, you're gonna be good at that. Yeah, and like by then I think the Democrats will have legalized pretty much every drug, so it'll be sweet.
And yeah, I'll probably do like LSD and acid and LSD and shrooms a few times.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, just hang out with my grandkids and like help like women in labor.
That's when I'm gonna get really. I'm gonna start eating like shit again, and I'm gonna get really big. I got this app recently. It's gonna get.
You have bad ideas.
I'm gonna knock myself out early.
You get for your elderly years.
People are gonna remember me as like a really fat dude, but I was actually healthy and skinny most of my life. But yeah, no, my like app that I got, it's like really good. It like shows you, it uses AI to generate images, and I did one where like I'm really old, and then I added like the fatness, and that's pretty much what it's gonna be. It looks good.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, you know, you married me, so I have to deal with it, I guess. Like, you know, I had a long long life, I think I can just give up right at the end.
No, babe.
No?
No.
Okay. Fine.
No giving up.
I guess I'll have some self-control. You're right. I do want to be around for the grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Stinking grandkids.
They're gonna be cute.
Aw.
They're gonna be sweet.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Yeah.
We're like young parents, so we're gonna be like young grandparents too.
I just feel like so young and powerful right now. It's crazy. So much youth and vibrance in me. It's insane.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I feel like ever since we started eating better, I feel so like I have lots of like vitality and like life.
Yeah, maybe it's just having a kid that does this, but yeah, I didn't feel like this before.
No, dude,
and I was younger then.
I felt like I kind of like have not like regrets, but I kind of regret like a little bit about like Luna's life so far, because I feel like I spent a lot of it being a little bit like sad or anxious and stuff, or just kind of feeling like run down and like burnt out kind of, I guess.
It's all that fried chicken.
Yeah. And
skunking up your wheels.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like right now I feel like really good and like, you know, like I feel really present and stuff.
We would straight up like get Wingstop like every other day.
Yeah. And eat like fries.
Like fries and like ranch. It was bad news, dude.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like if you want to like feel better about your life and just feel like more present and just have more energy, especially if you're a parent, like, okay, I'm in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy right now, and like I feel like great. You know what I mean? And it's kind of just like
make good decisions.
Like, yeah, like I'm just kind of restricted on like things I can do. I can't really like bend over very well, like pick things up off the floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for though.
Yeah, but like other than that, like I can walk, like I can go places, I can like keep up, I can hold Luna, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just feel like great, and like I just feel like it's because for the past like 6 months we've been like not eating like dog shit.
That's sick, dude. Yeah, guys. Well, we gotta call it we gotta end the podcast. But I will say that you guys should write in some stuff to the email. We haven't got any fresh emails in a while, and somebody was bitching earlier that we don't read emails anymore. So
send us some interesting.
Yeah, send us some interesting ones. Yeah, right. Don't send us like stupid shit. Send us like some juicy ones. Like, you know, we're here to help.
We're here to help.
Yeah. And yeah, make it real juicy, even if you have to lie, you know.
No, don't lie.
It's content. Like, who gives a fuck? Like,
no,
make something up.
Don't lie. Don't make stuff up. Just like, how about you email us and like just tell us, I don't know, some like.
Just present it as the truth, and we will do the same.
Babe.
What?
You guys, just so you know, I'm always trying to be honest on this podcast.
It'll still get some interesting, you know, discussion going. People are trying to get some shit done, you know. They got to listen to us talk so they can get their whatever they're doing, you know.
I hope we've entertained you while you do your other shit.
Oh, we for sure have. They made it all the way to the end. They would have shut it off earlier if it was that terrible. So thanks, guys, for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week.
Ciao.